In this presentation, we describe the process of quality assurance at the Ghent University, the so-called Quality Conduct 2.0, and the implementation in our faculty. The Quality Conduct 2.0 is built on the following principles. The first principle is trust. Trust in the expertise of the program committees and faculties. Next, the new approach aims at facilitating and stimulating self-management and shared ownership for generating and monitoring quality in the programs. This positive quality culture stimulates to monitor the quality of their education continuously by using a set of efficient tools, which supports the existing quality assurance procedures and to substantiate policy making. At least, we try to implement simplified administrative processes, reducing reporting and documentation requirements to a minimum. In the approach, we go to the same process on every policy level. We have a program, faculty, and university level, and on every level, another committee plays a central role. Our program committees are the most fundamental body. The program committee consists of a delegation of professional staff, student delegation, members of the other academic staff section, and some alumni. The committee is responsible for the running of the process at program level. This role can hardly be overestimated. The faculty committee for quality assurance, where every chairman of the study program committees in our faculty and other staff sections and students are delegated, plays a central role on faculty level. At university level, the central role is reserved for the Educational Council. Among its members are representatives of all staff sections and students of all faculties. The key word in our approach is reflection. We reflect on every level, on the content, on the 6 strategic education objectives of Ghent University, and on the processes of quality assurance. We believe in a multi-perspectivistic approach to review and monitor. So, we develop tools to gather objective data from our students, lecturers, and external stakeholders. This results in a 360-degree feedback. To facilitate collaboration and to stimulate team meetings, we created a team site for every committee. On this site, we can share meeting appointments, preparations, minutes, and other documents among the members. The education monitor that every program, faculty, and university have is the engine of our quality culture. In this monitor, we run through the PDCA cyclus for every level, for every section we just mentioned. The overall education policy plans are integrated in the plan. And in line with their vision and policy, we set up actions to implement the policy plans. This is the do phase. This part of the monitor is relatively stable. In the more dynamic part, we assess ourselves against the operational objectives. These objectives are the translation of the 6 strategic objectives of UGent and are a uniform set for all faculties and all programs. They also take into account the legislative requirements on all policy levels. To assess ourselves, we developed a 4-point scale, and to substantiate our assessment, we can use data reports from UGI. Depending on this analysis, we define the necessary improvement actions, which result in a quality improvement plan that takes into account the input of several stakeholders. This plan contains an actor, a timing, and a process report for each act. On faculty and university level, we reflect on faculty or university matters, but we also discuss the results of the reflection in the program committees or faculties to ensure to contribute to their needs and actions. This is possible because we reflect about the same topics and assess to the same operational objectives in every program committee or faculty. But who's in charge on a central level to monitor if all program committees are able to go through this process? This role is reserved for the Education Quality Board. They close the quality cycle at top level by screening every monitor and issue an assurance resolution. After receiving the resolution, the program committee needs to take action and adapt its publicly available information if necessary. In this way, the general public is informed about the quality of the program. And now a reflection on the most interesting question. Do we succeed to realize the objectives of our Quality Conduct 2.0 in our faculty? We reconsider the principles from the beginning and assess them as we do in our education monitor. Our self-evaluation results in a green score for the principal trust and shared ownership, which means we meet the objectives. The screening by the Educational Quality Board focuses on a check on whether the program committee is able to assure the quality of the program, not on the content or choices they make. This creates a sense of trust in the expertise of the program committee. The team sites and monitors lead to a higher involvement of the members. All documents are consultable and gathered on one site. The same for all the information in the monitor. On one side, we can find the vision and the implementation, the feedback of our stakeholders and the necessary improvements. However, we continue to plan further improvement measures. Not all program committees manage to fully use the team sites and the monitor as a working tool. We need to continue the dialogue with these committees and try to integrate the tools in their current culture of quality assurance. Thanks to the approach, we succeed to check the operational objectives for every program committee annually and formulate an act if necessary. We discuss the results of these reflections in the Faculty Committee for Quality Assurance and formulate acts on faculty level on base of this reflection in the study programs. So we assess this principle as green. Now we need to get to work with these improvement plans. We consider the principle about efficient tools as having a score yellow. We meet the objectives on the main issues and clear actions are identified to remedy deficiencies. As discussed earlier, the creation of the team site and monitors has clearly positive aspects, but the wealth of data and information can be overwhelming and stressful, giving the impression that the self-reflection process has to be restarted with every new data update. It is important to focus on reflection, but also on the related improvement actions. We have to be aware not to get stuck in the check phase. With respect to the leanness of the administrative procedures, the last principle, we believe that there is still room for improvement, and we might give it a score red. Many administrative steps come from procedural steps that were decided at the university level, and although we try to keep the monitors as lean as possible, their technologies made this often quite difficult. We currently had to take information out of the education monitor and present it in a different way to our program committees. After the meeting, our chairman had to add or import the discussion in the education monitor. This resulted in an increased workload. We need to find a manner to simplify these processes and make them more efficient, in dialogue with the involved person on university level. The first discussions have already taken place, and we hope to have a new modus operandi and adapted processes in the following spring. We will end this presentation with a conclusion. It is important to keep in mind that the Quality Conduct 2.0 is a relatively new system that has yet to be fully implemented. The process of cultivating endorsement among all programs is still ongoing, and the degree of implementation varies. The faculty believes that the quality conduct system can work and become a system to assure the quality of a program. But we need to keep the dialogue open with all the involved stakeholders, so we can adapt the system to their needs and simplify the processes to achieve a lower workload. So the education monitor can be seen as a good working engine of quality assurance.